And we're back here on IST TV with our exercise demo of the week. We're going to look at the overhead press today. What we're looking for in the overhead press is the hands just outside the shoulders, the rib cage drawn in, we'll look at that in a second, the glutes squeezed, and a strong midsection. We want to see full lockout above the ears overhead. There we're seeing some very nice presses. I'll show you what we're talking about the rib cage here in a second. So here it is. We don't want to be in hyperextension when we're pressing. We want to draw in the midsection and go. Keeping the glutes squeezed and the midsection strong. Doesn't have to be exaggerated. We perform the overhead press to develop upper body strength. It also develops our upper body musculature, the shoulders and upper back. It's testing our thoracic mobility quite a bit, and that's why we need to draw in the midsection and squeeze the glutes. This is a great exercise for stability. As the bar comes overhead, it is challenging to keep it stable. This is also going to be the lift that builds our jerk and our push press.
Okay, now we're going to look at some common errors with the overhead press. Right here, Alex is going to be into a kind of a hyperextension with his lower back and also not locking out, not engaging his triceps. We want that musculature. Here's another example. He's not quite locking out. That might be due to a lack of thoracic mobility. A lot of people, that is the case. Here we go with some severe hyperextension. Leaning into it, a lot of unnecessary force through the lower back and the spine. Right here, I'm trying to demonstrate with the elbow is really flared out. A little more force through the shoulders. Now our grip is a little bit too narrow. There could be a spot for that, but for us, not necessarily. And then a little bit too wide. If you're doing some jerk variation, possibly that could be used. And lastly, we want the elbows underneath the bar, not behind. Alright, here's some different variations. We used quite a few, so I'm just going to go over them very simply. Alex is going to perform a push press right here. Slight dip and drive with the leg. Finish it out with the shoulders. That was kind of a jerk, but there's our push press. Nice. Now he's going to put into a push jerk. Getting under the bar a little bit more. Hands are a little bit wider here. That's fine. And lastly, he's going to go into a split jerk. One of our harder jerk or our press variations. Real nice. Alright, now some dumbbell pressing. A little bit more free range of motion here. We can utilize that if we have a ton of dumbbells. Great exercise. We can also go alternate as well. Now we have our landmine press. Usually we're going to be half kneeling. Getting a little bit of horizontal press in there as well. Now I have 2 knees down, doing the same exercise, a little unilateral pressing variation. Now we have our kettlebell press, a little more free range of motion through the shoulders, and then now we have a bottoms up press, tougher on the anterior core there, a lot of shoulder stability needed.